What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Leizel. So for today's video, I am coming to you guys with a makeup tutorial on this look right here, specifically using all drugstore and affordable makeup products. When I sat down to create this makeup look today, I wanted to do something that was really simple and easy, but a sort of amped up version of that. When I look at this look, I think of like date night vibes, because this is definitely something that I would wear if I was going out on a cute little date night with my man. It's like really sultry, smoky, and it looks like it's difficult, but it's really easy to do. I did this whole entire eye look using 2 eyeshadows and a gel liner, so it's really easy to do. As I said, I did it using drugstore and affordable makeup products, so if you guys want to see how I did it, then keep on watching. And if you do enjoy this video or you find it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like it before you leave it, and if you're new, you know what to do, join the crew by hitting the little red subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the bell as well so you don't miss any more videos that I post. And with that being said, let's get into it. First things first, I'm going to start things off today by priming my skin. So for that, I'm going to be using the NYX Bear With Me Multitasking Spray. This is one of those sprays that you can use to prime your makeup, set your face, and even just give your face a little bit of a refresh in the middle of the day, which is definitely what I like to use it for. I'm also going to be going in with a little bit of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So I'm just going to go and take a little bit of that to my fingers, and then just focus it mainly on the areas where I know my pores are the most visible and where they stand out. So for me, that's definitely around this area of my face, as I'm sure it is for a lot of us. I do get most of my problem pores in this little T-zone section of my face. For foundation today, I'm going to be going in with the Loreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear Foundation. You guys know that I love this stuff, so for reference, my shade is 140 Golden Beige. And I'm just going to be taking this and dotting it onto my face and then blending it into the skin with a kabuki brush. Alright, so when it comes to foundation, I pretty much like to do that. I will dot it onto my face, blend it in, and then leave it as that, because I feel like I don't need too much coverage all around my face. But as you guys can see, I do have little extra blemishes that I want to cover up. So what I do is I'll just take any leftover foundation that's on the back of my hand and kind of just go in with the foundation to spot conceal in those areas, as opposed to applying a whole extra layer to my entire face. I just like to apply what I need where I need it. And then I'll go back in with the same kabuki brush and use that to kind of stipple in the product. And I feel like this is so much better than going in with multiple layers of foundation, because sometimes you just don't need all of that extra coverage. So I feel like this is a better approach to kind of prevent your makeup from looking so heavy and cakey, is to just apply what you need where you need it. Moving on to concealer now, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal More Than Concealer. This one is in the shade 327 Cashmere, and as some of you guys may know, this is actually my current favorite drugstore concealer. I spoke about this in my recent top 5 concealers video, and I swear this is a dupe for Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer. Everything about it, from the consistency down to the packaging, is pretty much the same, but it comes with that drugstore price tag, which is a good thing. So as you guys can see, I've just gone ahead and applied that to all the usual areas that I like to conceal and highlight. And then to blend that in, I'm just using a concealer buffer brush to stipple and pat that into the skin. I'm also just going to go ahead and take whatever is left on the brush and run that over my lids real quick to act as my base for my shadows that I will be applying later on. I'm going to go ahead and quickly set that concealer in place with some of the Revolution Bake and Blot powder. This one is in the shade Banana Light, and as you guys can see, I'm just taking that with a setting brush and patting that over all the areas that I just applied the concealer. As for the rest of my face, I don't actually feel like it needs to be set in place. It feels pretty good as it is, so I'm just going to leave it at that and now move on to the eyes. So for today's eye look, I'm going to start things off with this Revolution eyeshadow palette. This is their palette in Velvet Rose, and I'm mainly going to be going in with the shadows in here that are that matte brown type of shade. So I'm pretty much just going to be using these two here. At least that's what I think I'm going in with for the time being. So I'm going to start things off by taking this shade right here, and I'm just going to take some of that on a fluffy eyeshadow brush and apply that to the crease of my eyes. Now these shadows, I almost forgot, they're really pigmented, you guys. This eyeshadow palette retails for only $8 Australian, which is insane because if you think about it, like the amount of colors that you get, you can create so many different looks with just these shadows right here. So I feel like it is definitely worth the $8. So yeah, as you guys can see, I'm running this through my crease, just going back and forth in like circular windscreen wiper motions, just back and forth, blending it through. I really want to blow this out and just make it nice and smoky. I'm even going to take some of that shadow onto the lid as well and just really get it into that socket of the crease so it's really in there and adds a lot of definition and depth to my eyes. I'm also going to take some of that same shadow and run it along my bottom lash line and smoke it out in the process as well. Typically whenever I do eyeshadow looks, I love adding whatever shadow I have in the crease to the bottom lash line and then building off there. I feel like it just makes everything go together really cohesively and ties the whole look together, especially when you're going for that monochromatic type of eyeshadow look. I feel like doing this is perfect. So that's pretty much the basis of this eyeshadow look. Next up, I'm going to be going in with a pencil liner. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Gel Liner in Bold Brown. I'm going to be taking this and running this along my top lash line. Now this product is super creamy. It is a gel pencil liner, so it glides on really easily, which is going to be great for this look because I do intend to smoke it out after I've applied it. So I'm pretty much just running that along both of my top lash lines. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys, because as I said, I am going to blend it out and smoke it out a little bit after I've applied it. And then as you guys can see, I'm just going in with this really tiny blending brush for the eyes and running that along my top lash line to smudge and blend out that liner that I've just applied. So now that I've got that gel liner nice and smudged out into my lash line, I am going to further intensify it by going in with this shadow from the palette right here. It is like a matte dark chocolate brown. So I'm just going to be taking that on this little angled brush, and same thing again, I'm just going to be going and applying that along my lash line, and I'm going to give myself a slight wing with it as well. And then it's at this point that you could go back in and like take that same brush that you used to smudge out the gel liner and just go over that area where you've just applied the shadow to further blend it and like smudge it out as well. Because I don't want this look to look super precise. I want it to be like smoky and smudged. So that's why I'm doing a lot of blending of like the liner that I've applied to give myself that smoky effect. I'm also just going to take the same brush that I used and just run this along my bottom lash line once again, but I'm keeping it much closer to the lashes and not taking it out and smoking it as far as I did with that first shade that I applied under there. So that's pretty much all there is to the eyes. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows. So I'm going to be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This one is in the shade Espresso, and I have been loving it lately because it's so easy to fill in your brows and give yourself those tiny little brow-like hairs. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and filling in my brows, making them look a little more full and put together. Now moving back onto the face, I am going to go ahead and bronze. So today I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I haven't used this for quite a while now, but I remember that I really did used to love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take some of that on a brush and oh my gosh, I forgot how it smells. This gives me so many memories. But I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to all the usual places that I like to bronze. So my cheeks, around my hairline, and then I'm also going to take a little bit of it and also contour my nose. Now for blush today, I want to keep things really light. So I'm going to be going into this blush palette from Revolution, and I think I want to take this like light peachy shade right here, nothing too intense or heavy. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and apply it to the apples of my cheeks and then pull it back towards my hairline. For highlighter today, I'm going to use this one from Revlon. This is a Skin Lights highlighter in Daybreak Glimmer, and honestly you guys, this drugstore highlighter straight up looks like a luxury high-end highlighter, and it applies just the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that to all the usual areas that I like to highlight. The tops of my cheekbones, a little above my brows, and just a teensy bit down at the bridge of my nose and on the end. Onto the lips now. I'm going to be using a combination of Morphe lip products, which I'm not entirely sure whether that's classified as drugstore, but I'm throwing them in there just because they are super affordable. So I think of them as like affordable products. So to start things off, I'm firstly going to line my lips. I'll be using their lip liner in Sweet Tea. First off, let me say their lip liners are amazing because they are super inexpensive. They're only $4 each, you guys, and they glide on so nicely. So yeah, as you guys can see, just lining my lips with that. Next up, I'm going to be going in with one of their Mega Matte lipsticks. This one is in the shade Boy Toy, and as you guys can see, it's like a really nice nude. Like, it's a pretty pale nude, but I am going to blend it in with the lip liner and of course go over top of it with a gloss. So yeah, as you guys can see, just applying that all over my lips and blending it into the liner. To finish off the lips now, I'm going to be going in with their lip gloss in Freebird. As you guys can see, it is a beautiful glossy nude with a brown undertone, which is really going to tie in with this look nicely. To finish this off, I'm just going to go ahead and spritz my face once again with the multitasking spray. This is really going to let everything settle into the skin and also set it in place for the rest of the day. So there we have you guys. That is the makeup look complete. I want you to comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you did enjoy this video or you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like it before you leave it, and if you're still here at the end watching and you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing by hitting the little red button down below before you go so you don't miss any more videos that I post. I'm going to go ahead and leave a full list of everything that I used in this video to create this look down in the description box below, and that's where you can also find all of the links to my other social media accounts if you guys want to keep up with me on any of those. As always, I hope you guys are having an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. I hope you are staying safe, looking after yourselves, and looking out for each other. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys in the comments, and I'll see you all in my next video.